This is Mindfulness with Richard Clarke. I focus on mindfulness meditation. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Welcome. Today is about letting go, releasing attachment to youth, and embracing the present moment. Letting go of attachment to youth is something we all face as we age. In a world that glorifies youth, it's easy to fall into the trap of longing for what once was. But this attachment can prevent us from fully enjoying the present. Mindfulness meditation offers a way to ease this process by helping you become deeply aware of the present moment, which is the only moment that truly exists. By embracing mindfulness, you begin to release the grip of the past versions of yourself have on your life. You can appreciate and even relish who you are now. Mindfulness is about what is here and now. Mindfulness meditation teaches you to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting pulled into their stories. If you've ever found yourself reminiscing about your younger years, or feeling frustrated that your body or mind has changed, these are natural experiences. In mindfulness, you learn to sit with these feelings rather than resist or react to them. You create a space where you can observe your thoughts about youth as just that, thoughts. They are temporary, and they don't define who you are now. Don't let your memories get in the way of your peace of mind now. Regular mindfulness practice helps you notice that clinging to the past, particularly to an idealized version of yourself, causes unnecessary suffering. There's a tendency to think that life was better when you were younger, stronger, or more vibrant. But mindfulness gently teaches you to focus on the richness of the present. You begin to see that the present offers its own gifts, whether it's the wisdom that comes with age, the depth of relationships, or the ability to savor life's simple pleasures with a greater sense of appreciation. In fact, these gifts only happen in the present moment. Acceptance is central to mindfulness, and in the context of aging, it means acknowledging where you are now without wishing for something different. Through the practice of mindful breathing, you anchor yourself in the present moment. When thoughts of your younger self arise, rather than pushing them away, you recognize them, observe them, and let them go. This practice of non-judgmental awareness allows you to release the idea of how you once were and opens you up to the reality of who you are today. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can take many forms. A simple technique is to pause throughout the day and bring your attention to your breath. This is something you can do anywhere. For example, while standing in line at the market, take a few deep breaths and feel your feet on the ground, reconnecting with your body as it is. You may also dedicate time to formal mindfulness meditation, where you sit quietly and observe the flow of your thoughts and sensations. Make it a habit and your consistent practice. With consistent practice, you begin to see that life is not happening in the past or the future. It's happening now. Letting go of attachment to youth doesn't mean you forget or dismiss the past. It just means you stop holding on to it so tightly that it clouds your experience of the present. Mindfulness helps you let go of what was and embrace what is, opening up space for new experiences and new joys. The energy once spent longing for the past can now be directed towards fully engaging with life as it unfolds in the present moment. And now we have a guided meditation on letting go. Begin by finding a comfortable seated position. Allow your spine to be straight but not rigid, and gently close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax with each breath. Feel yourself settling into this moment, leaving behind any distractions. Now, bring your attention to your breath. Feel the air as it enters through your nostrils and travels down into your lungs, expanding your chest. With each inhale, invite a sense of calm. With each exhale, release any tension or thought of the past. Allow yourself to be here, now, fully present in this moment. Feel the breath. Begin to gently scan your body from the top of your head down to your toes. Notice any areas of tightness or discomfort and breathe into them. If you notice any thoughts or emotions relating to how your body used to feel in the past, simply notice them. Acknowledge the changes, but don't attach a story to them. Allow each breath to soften any resistance, embracing your body as it is right now. As you continue to breathe mindfully, picture yourself at a younger age, maybe a time when your body felt different or when you experienced life in a certain way. Notice what thoughts or feelings arise. Are there any longings, regrets, or attachments to that version of yourself? Rather than pushing them away, observe them with kindness. You might silently say to yourself, "It's okay to let this go." With each exhale, imagine releasing these thoughts, making space for the present moment. Shift your awareness now to the wisdom and experience you have gained over the years, the depth of who you are now. Let go of any idea that you need to be as you were before. On each inhale, breathe into the richness of your current life. On each exhale, release any lingering attachments to youth. Allow a sense of gratitude to fill you for the experiences that have shaped you and the person you are today. If memories of your past continue to come up, that's perfectly okay. That's what the mind does. Just notice them as they arise. You can reflect on what you've gained with age, whether it's patience, understanding, or deeper connections with others and yourself. Instead of holding on to a fixed idea of how things should be, notice the flow of change and embrace the unfolding of life as it is. Each breath can serve as a reminder that the present moment is where life is happening. As you sit with your breath, silently repeat to yourself, "I am," as I am. Let this sink into your awareness. Feel the completeness of who you are now without needing to look back or wish for something different. With every breath, anchor yourself more deeply into the present where you are whole, just as you are. Begin to gently bring your awareness back into the room. Feel the weight of your body against the chair, the sounds around you. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, stretching your body as you bring yourself back to the present. And when you're ready, take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, open your eyes and carry with you a sense of peace and acceptance for where you are in life now, knowing that each moment offers its own beauty. Carry this with you through the rest of the day. Now, how is your meditation in the last week, Mike?
Consistent, and I'm enjoying the discipline. I'm glad to. I've tried many different styles and so forth over the many years, and I'm feeling very settled in this endeavor.
That's great. For me, I've found mindfulness and watching the breath has been something that has sustained me for many years. I first tried to do it in my 20s. I had a friend who is a yoga teacher, and he said, if you want to be enlightened, just breathe every breath consciously for the next year.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't make it, but
If I may, I had no idea what your topic today was, but I just came from the library at LCS, and I brought home a book called "I'm Not as Old as I Used to Be."
okay, good.
Reclaiming Your Life in the Second Half by Francis Weaver.
Okay,
Excellent.
very
Yeah,
good.
right on topic. Right on topic.
Yes, it's funny how that works. So, how's your meditation been, Carol?
Oh, I've been enjoying the the regularity of the afternoon sessions. And I quite enjoyed the meditation just now. I thought it was really good. So
That's good. For a while, you were doing something, listening to somebody in the evening before you went to bed.
I know I stopped that at some point, and if I resume, it will be good for me. But I don't see it happening right this minute.
Anything that, any way that we can just take a moment and pull back from the ordinary crap we go lives with.
I like my crap, sorry.
Oh, I know, that's the problem. Very much. That's part of the attachments. We build all of these habits, and then things like meditation can help break us out of those habits, at least for a little bit. Anyway, very good. And now we have continuing our letting go Zen story on letting go of attachments. It's surprising that they would talk about that, you know.
Today's story on letting go of attachments. Once in a bustling village, there lived a wise old Zen master named Kiku. People from far and wide sought his teachings and guidance. Amongst the villagers was a young woman named May, who carried a heavy burden of attachments and worries. One day, May approached Kiku with tears in her eyes. She spoke of her struggles, saying, "Master, I feel trapped by my attachments. I am weighed down by the worries and desires that consume me. How can I find peace and freedom?" Kiku looked at May with compassion and nodded knowingly. He gestured for her to sit beside him near a serene pond in the village square. The water was still, reflecting the vibrant colors of the surrounding flowers. "May," Kiku began, "imagine you hold a delicate butterfly in your hands. If you grip it tightly, trying to possess and control its beauty, what will happen?" May pondered for a moment and replied, "The butterfly will struggle and lose its grace. It may even perish in my grasp." Kiku smiled gently, acknowledging May's understanding. "Indeed," he said, "much like the butterfly, the more we cling to our attachments, the more we suffocate the very essence we seek to hold on to. True freedom lies in learning to let go." May sighed, expressing her inner conflict. "But Master, how do I let go? How do I release these attachments that bind me?" Kiku reached into his robe and pulled out a single, vibrant lotus flower. He held it up for May to see. "This lotus flower," he explained, "grows in muddy waters but emerges untouched and pure. It teaches us the art of letting go. Observe." With grace, Kiku gently released the lotus flower into the pond. May watched as it floated effortlessly, carried by the current, its petals unfolded, basking in the sunlight. "May," Kiku continued, "just as the lotus flower thrives by surrendering to the flow of life, we too find liberation by releasing our attachments. It is through acceptance and trust that we discover inner peace." May took a deep breath, her heart resonating with Kiku's words. She realized that her attachments were rooted in fear and a desire for control. In that moment, she made a solemn vow to herself, to embrace the practice of letting go. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. May dedicated herself to the path of detachment, cultivating mindfulness and awareness. With each passing day, her burdens felt lighter, and her heart grew freer. One sunny morning, May returned to the village square, seeking Kiku's wisdom once again. She approached him with a serene smile, radiating newfound peace. "Master," May said softly, "I have journeyed through the practice of letting go, and I have discovered a liberation I never thought possible. My attachments no longer define me. I have found solace in embracing the present moment and surrendering to the flow of life." Kiku's eyes filled with pride, observing May's transformation. "You have traveled a path that few dare to take," he replied. "In releasing your attachments, you have opened yourself to the vastness of life's possibilities. Remember, May, true freedom lies not in holding tightly, but in letting go." With a deep bow of gratitude, May bid farewell to her beloved master, knowing that her journey towards liberation would continue. As she walked away, she carried the wisdom of letting go within her, inspiring others to find the courage to release their own attachments and embrace the infinite possibilities that await. And so, May ventured forth, a living testament to the power of letting go. In each step, She embodied the beauty of surrender. Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe.
And now we'll have some more quiet meditation. Mindfulness is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Fully receive whatever is experienced, then let it go. and we'll close with a chant. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Looks like you were ready to say something, Michael.
Yes, something right at the start spoke to me. We spoke about my working too much here lately.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that's a lifetime issue. I always used to say when I was younger, despite my best efforts to the contrary, my father infected me with workaholism.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I amputated my left thumb back in about 1978. And my wife and I had a house fire. We lived in an old mining cabin that had a fire and it burnt to the ground. So I was in the middle of building our new house, and my wife's brother came to me and said, "Oh, I love this. I love what you're doing. Will you build me a house?" And I said, "Sure." And we designed houses, but he didn't want that. He went to Reading and he went to the town and got an architect. They designed kind of a San Francisco house, 30 by 30 with bedrooms downstairs, and the upstairs was all open, one big open living room, kitchen. Well, my house wasn't done. We started his about the 1st of October. And so I would work on his house 40 hours a week, but then I'd go home every night and all day Saturday and work on
Oh,
my own.
no. Yes.
And this went on for 6 months, 6 months until March 28th, 9:30 at night. Uh, well, he owned a resort and he sold the resort, and he had all of a sudden there was a completion date. And uh, we were real close. Everything was done except stairs up an old glass stairwell and the doors and drawers in the cabinets in the kitchen. Everything else was done. But 9:30 at night, I whacked my thumb off. And that began a lifetime spiritual search to
Huh.
find truth, to understand what had happened. And it's
Interesting.
interesting that here I am in retirement and am facing that same issue.
Mm-hmm.
But it really feels different because I am retired. I don't have anybody telling me, leaning on me to do this or do that. But anyhow, it's amazing. That started a spiritual search. Uh, when I moved to the mountains my third year in the seminary, and to start a retreat center. But the pastor had diabetes, but his diabetes took a real bad turn, and the project was canceled. But I had found the mountains, and I loved living in the mountains. Uh, but anyhow, I guess that's all.
Thank you for sharing that, Michael.
Yes. My
Thank you for.
father, my father also, in his 70s, lost the thumb and forefinger on his left hand. He was sawing something with a skill saw and uh,
Wow.
took
Uh-huh.
those things. He said that he adapted pretty well to it as long as he didn't have to button any buttons.
That was a challenge. I mean, I can do it, but it's a challenge. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much, Richard. I have to go walk the dog.
Okay, okay. Good to see you, and we'll see you next week. Have good meditations.
Thank you both.
You want deeper meditation, more peace, more happiness. Subscribe now to continue to find ways to get more from your meditation.